Coach, just your general thoughts on the match.
Yeah, I think we played well. I think we're a great team until 15 for almost all of the sets. I think third set, we finally found our identity. We found our rhythm in our offense. We started to adjust our defense a little bit better and just really found our rhythm, and we're able to play point for point with them. They are an amazing team. They've got a lot of depth. They got some big hitters, and it took us a minute just to adjust, but we know what to expect next time, and I think it'll be a different outcome.
What are you guys' thoughts on Nebraska and the turnout, over 11,000 in the crowd tonight?
Nebraska has a great fan base. It's always exciting coming here because we know they're going to bring the fans, and the crowd's going to know volleyball, so they're going to cheer at the right time. They're going to cheer for good plays. So I always enjoy coming to Nebraska and playing because there's a great fan base and the crowd knows what they're cheering for.
What can you just take and build from this too? Obviously, everyone's just trying to figure out each team's strengths and weaknesses. You don't really have much film to go off of.
Yeah, I think, everybody is stepping into something new right now, and some of the rosters are still changing. People are trying to find their starting lineups. There's a lot of changes just day to day. And so I think everybody is just trying to elevate volleyball as a whole, like just bring a really good product out for the fans and for one another, knowing that it's a long season. There's a lot of game left to be played, and each match, every team is going to get better. And so right now, how good can we just be as volleyball players, forming a team and take steps to get better every single week?
And I think at this phase in the season, it's like a very growth period. It's a building phase. And so it's less about what the other side has and more about finding our strengths, finding our weaknesses on our side, and how can we build the best cohesive team and unit to go against teams that maybe have some really strong players. Like, how can we combat that? And I think we're still finding, what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses that we can maybe hopefully turn into strengths by the end of season?
And even now, we have 2 weeks before our next game to really zone in on what we need to work on. And so I feel like from Thursday, we've showed a lot of improvement tonight. And so I'm excited to see what these next 2 weeks bring when we play our next game.
How much potential do you think this team has?
So much potential. We're all so talented, and everyone on this roster is an amazing volleyball player. And so I think now that we've played against other teams, we kind of know, are still trying to learn how to play together. And so I think this, we can only go up from here.
I don't think we've really scratched the surface in these last 2 games. We definitely haven't done what we wanted to do and know that we're capable of. I think we're ready to, build and then really show what we're capable of, because I don't think the last 2 games were an accurate representation of what our team can do.
Yeah, I agree with both of them wholeheartedly. This was our first time on the road. Some other teams that had some experience already. We had 2 away games on the road. Stepping into the league for the first time, I think the nerves obviously showed in Atlanta, maybe a little bit in the first set, but I think the third set was a more accurate picture of what we can do and what we will do. And again, we are just putting the pieces together, and so we are only going to get better from there.
Was this atmosphere comparable to what you experienced in Atlanta, or was it different?
I'd say the fans here were more engaged than Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Atlanta had a good showing, but the Omaha fans you could feel their presence a little more.
They definitely really know volleyball in Nebraska, so it's a really fun environment to play in.
And not just in the court, and just walking around the streets or in the hotel, people are just volleyball fans. And so they're just excited just to see good volleyball, regardless of what team you're on. So that's really inspiring.
Coach, did you change your strategy at all when none of Villard got hurt in that first set?
No, we really didn't. Again, I think the game plan going in was focus on our own side and our own execution. I think at that point we were still kind of trying to figure out our defense behind our setter. And so we made those adjustments when we went into the locker room, and obviously that helped us out in the third set.
Any other questions? Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Right in the middle. Turn it.
First win in franchise history. We have head coach Sheldon Collier, outside hitter Paige Briggs, and middle blocker Tori Dixon. It is open for questions.
Coach, just your general thoughts on the first win for the franchise.
You know, it's interesting. We just came and wanted to play good and win, but then when you hear the words first ever win in franchise history, like those are different words. I don't think anybody on our team was thinking like that. We were just thinking, let's just play well and win and find a way to grind out points. But then when we're introduced as the first win in franchise history, that puts a little more on it. So I guess we all appreciate it one level more because it is history and it's Omaha and there's great people here. And there's so much support here. Our ownership group, all the people that help us out, all the support staff, all the people selling tickets and pushing tickets and media. It's just amazing. So we're just glad we could have a great match tonight for all those reasons.
Paige, you had to step into a big role tonight. Talk about how that was for you.
That was super cool. Obviously, I don't want anyone to get injured in order for me to get on the court, but it was really cool. Great environment, just playing in front of that many fans, and that's my first pro game, and it was really fun.
Coach, what did you think about what Paige did tonight?
Well, as I look at these two, this is certainly both ends of the continuum, a veteran for many years and a rookie, and I thought they both played great. Paige kills it in practice every day. I mean, we all see that. She kills everybody in practice, and we've got people that didn't play tonight that kill each other in practice, and that's how our team has gotten stronger. But I don't think anybody on our team doubted that Paige could go in, or literally anybody on our team could go in tonight and would have total confidence of the team to play. Happened to be Paige's time, and you know, she's certainly a version of Brooke Nuneviller herself, which is kind of exciting to have. But Tori played great, and you know, she's been really pushing and making improvements and elevating her game. So just proud of both of them and proud of our whole team tonight.
Coach, what's the extent of Brooke's injury?
I think she had a sprain, and she'll probably be okay at some point. I mean, it didn't look like it was real bad. She might have been able to play if we absolutely, wanted her to go back in, and she might have wanted to go back in, but I think we were good. And, Paige held her end of the deal up, and that was good. And, we got Gina Mancuso-Persowski who can go in there. We've got other players. Allison Mayfield went in there and played well tonight. Nia Reed went in there and played well tonight. So other people can share the workload with us. And over the course of a long season, that's really important.
Tori, what were the keys on the block tonight that you guys had 8 of them? I don't think maybe had 1.
Yeah, we did a good job on our scout, and we had a really good week of practice under our belt too. So we knew that they ran their middles on a gap a lot, which is kind of I don't know if you know what that is, but we knew they ran their middles a lot. So we practiced that. We practiced timing and stuff for if our middles did have to take a step, our outsides were able to cover us. So we worked really hard in practice, and so we came in the game pretty confident in our abilities, and were able to get some good touches and some good blocks.
Talk about putting Gina in right there near the end of the match. Was there something symbolic there, Coach?
Absolutely. I mean, we're sitting there with match point and we got Gina down there. I mean, we were thinking if we get an opportunity, you know, she's earned it too. She could go out there and be a starter. She could have played the entire match as a starter and been just fine. But certainly we got to the end of that match and we all looked at each other and said, Gina, let's go. And, you know, that's a magic moment for her to be able to go in and have the crowd standing and have that applause. And yeah, you know, we certainly want to celebrate Gina being here, and that's one opportunity to be able to do it.
Can you say something about your next opponent, Vegas, Coach?
Yeah, I think right now we're just really happy that we played well tonight. You know, we had a short-term goal of playing really well tonight. We get a day off tomorrow and our team will say, okay, what's next? I don't think anybody here has even thought of the words Las Vegas or next match yet. Like, I think good players truly live in the moment and don't get ahead of themselves. And tonight we just said we are going to play well tonight. And we didn't know if we'd win 3-0 or 3-2 or have a 4-set battle at 26-24. None of our players have tremendous respect for the San Diego players. I mean, they're friends with a lot of them. They've played with a lot of them on national teams, Athletes Unlimited. There's really good players over there. San Diego right now is still forming their group. They're going to be a lot better at the end of the year when they get more formative time. But right now, our team is pretty well formed. San Diego's got great players. So I think right now we're really appreciative of this. And, you know, day or two, we'll start talking about what's next with Las Vegas. But I think right now we're just really appreciative of this.
Tori, how does this schedule compare to other schedules you've played professionally as far as the space between matches and things of that nature?
Yeah, well, we had a pretty good break in between our last game and this one, but I know from now on it's going to be a tough schedule, a lot of travel. I think there's games every 3-4 days or something like that. Sometimes we have longer stretches. So recovery is going to be huge for us. And the good thing is that our team has a lot of depth, and you know, maybe we might mix it up or one week and we can sub people in and everything. And but the schedule is tough, and it's going to be really cool to see who can be the best team over the long period of time.
How much more comfortable did this team feel out there together compared to that first match?
I think it was a lot more comfortable. Obviously, Brooke coming down was a huge blow for us, but Paige stepped up. I think she plays with a lot of poise and confidence. So, and like Shelton talked about, we have a lot of depth on our team, and anyone can come in, and I think that comfort showed. I don't know. I just thought we all came together. We talk about being a collective unit, and I think we showed that we have that, and we're really good at that.
Paige, what's that mentality like at a professional level? You know, maybe in college you played a lot, obviously, and you were a starter, but then you're professional. You had to come off the bench. I mean, what is that mentality on your end?
Definitely new, but I had a talk with the coaches and just said, be ready and get your head right for it and go play and just be you and compete, because we're all good enough. We're on the team, so we're all good enough to play. So just go be you and go play and have fun.
Well, we appreciate all of you for being here and appreciate all the wonderful support that we have. And on behalf of all of us, just thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. You're really good. That's articulate, well-spoken, professional. Oh, that's good.